Prime Video's The Boys celebrates the darker side of superpowered individuals and is very morally questionable. Butcher is a fan favorite precisely because of the lengths to which he'll go to ensure that the Supes stop harming regular people. In today's video, we'll showcase some of Billy's best and most brutal moments from the series. So, let's dive right in. Starting off, on number 12 is when he used his car as a weapon. In the first episode of The Boys, Butcher makes his debut as he asks Huey to join the secret war against superheroes. Huey quickly discovers that Billy's claim to be an FBI agent was completely fake. In fact, he was just using him to track down a superhero, Translucent. Even though Huey agrees, nothing really proceeds as planned. Translucent, a Supe who can become invisible, noticed Huey. He follows Huey back to the office and we assume that the newest boy is in serious danger. That is, until Butcher's automobile plows through the wall of the store where Huey works as an electronics salesman, sending the invisible Supe across through the shop. It's a masterful debut for a character that instantly wins over fans. Moving on to number 11 is the Spice Girls speech. In the first few episodes of The Boys, Billy establishes himself as a no-nonsense, tough-talking soldier who's totally committed to bringing down the villainous superhero company, Vought. When it seems like Mother's Milk and Frenchie won't be able to work together, Butcher using a surprising metaphor to persuade them that they operate better as a group. He's eager to assemble a team to help him accomplish his aim of taking down Homelander. His Spice Girl speech is one of the funniest and most profound moments in the entire show. We thought we had a good understanding of the Spice Girls post-girl group lives, but Butcher's in-depth understanding of their occupation adds a surprising new twist. When we discovered that his wife Becca was a huge Spice Girls fan many episodes later, the incident is rendered much more tragic. It appears that he's more emotional and caring than he lets on. At number 10 is the Laser Baby. In The Boys, episode 5, the crew infiltrates a hospital they think is behind the production of Compound V. At first, they thought that Supes merely got high on the substance, but after going to the hospital, they realized there was more to the scheme. Superheroes take Compound V to get high, but it also gives them their abilities. When they discover a newborn inside of a glass bassinet and the child's eyes begin to glow blue, they realize what has happened. That's right, it's a laser baby. Butcher has a plan when the boys needs to battle their way out while being encircled by armed guards. He uses the little Supe's eyes to slice through the men carrying firearms. Everyone is quickly killed, making the boys' escape secure. It's hilarious, entertaining, and definitely one of the most creative fight scenes on the show. Up next, on number 9, is Killing Mesmer. The Supe Mesmer was hired to help the boys learn more about Kimiko, but Butcher learned that Mesmer had exposed their cover by giving crucial information about the squad to Homelander. Billy casually places his hands on Mesmer's temples after cornering the Supe in a restroom, and it looks like Mesmer is staring death in the face itself. It's an exciting scene, and Osment makes it even better because of his excellent acting. Mesmer pleads for mercy, but Butcher bashes his head in repeatedly on a sink. He has earned a reputation as a guy who isn't hesitant to be violent to those who betray him. Following up at number 8 is Daddy's Home. In the finale of the first season of The Boys, Butcher discovers that Becca is still alive. He wakes up far from where he recently saw his wife for the first time in years at a restaurant parking lot in Indiana. The boys are currently on their own, trying to reorganize while camped out in the basement of a pawn store. Tensions are high throughout the season 2 opener since Billy isn't there to lead the team. A corpse suddenly falls down the stairs. The camera looks up to view Butcher, who has returned to command the boys once more while boots stomp down the stairs. As the music builds, Billy says one of the greatest lines in the entire production. He responds with a typical crazy grin and the words, "Don't you worry, Daddy's home." At number 7 on the list is The Whale. In one of the episodes, Billy steals a boat. When asked where the boat came from, he says that he borrowed it from a friend, but that's far from the truth. truth. Sadly, an NYPD helicopter pursues them anyway, and a PA message informs them that the boat had been reported stolen. They're being pursued by the Deep, who's riding a whale. The boys depart the scene on a speedboat that Karl Urban really steered, and as they near the coast, Butcher realizes that there's only one way out. We mean through the whale. The large sea creature is killed as the boat slams into its side, and everyone is sent hurtling into its stomach. Plus, at number 6 on the list is Butcher and Becca share a cigarette. The second season's 4th episode sees Billy and Becca reunited. Butcher finds her, steals her vehicle, and forces her to drive to a deserted bridge so they can finally speak and get back in touch. Following their reunion, the two had a heartfelt discussion about how much they have missed one another while cuddled in one another's arms. Becca offers Billy a cigarette after he gently taunts her about starting to smoke again. He first rejects, but as she puts the cigarette to his lips, nevertheless, he gives in. It's an unexpectedly tender, private moment that reveals a far gentler side to a character whose complexity we thought we understood. Following up on number 5, it's Butcher's advice. The season 2 finale is when everything changes. Ryan attempts valiantly to free his mother from Stormfront's grasp, but when his laser eyes malfunction, he unintentionally murders her. In Becca's final moments, Billy experiences a change of heart and vows to do all in his power to keep the child safe from Homelander. Later, we pick up a dialogue between Butcher and Ryan that calls back to a conversation they had earlier in the season. Billy asks, "Remember what I told you?" The youngster obediently responds, "Don't be a C." Next, at number 4 on the list is Butcher versus Termite. Termite, a Supe we previously met back in season 1, who can shrink himself at will, is the target of the first mission in the 3rd season of the show. The amazing shrinking superhero goes inside his boyfriend for a sex scene as frightening as anything the series has ever done. But when he unintentionally sneezes, he explodes back to full size, ripping the man apart from the insides. Ouch! Billy enters and picks up the frightened hero in a packet of coke before beginning to shake it. Then, at number 3 on the list is Killing Gunpowder. Even Butcher, who spent the previous 3 seasons fighting against the idea that no human being should have superpowers, finds himself drawn in by the opportunity to access such a power-up. We're first unsure if he'll indulge, but then he finds himself in a sticky situation. Gunpowder, a Supe who loves firearms and isn't scared to use them, on Billy and corners him. We discover he's taken Compound V when the leader of the boys emerges from a pillar and strides directly toward the Supe, bullets bouncing off his chest. Billy is now immune to bullets. A few seconds later, the action picks up as his eyes start to shine and his lasers split his enemy in two. Moving to the second best scene on the list, Butcher battles Homelander. In Season 3, Episode 6 is Herogasm. When Homelander finally arrives, Billy has the opportunity to demonstrate his amazing new skills. He has already used his laser eyes, but we haven't seen how they compare to his enemy, who's regarded as the most powerful hero on the planet. It turns out to be a very entertaining duel, as they use their powers against one another and their lasers lock up. It's an incredible scene, similar to Harry Potter and Voldemort's wand duel in the Goblet of Fire. But imagine if one of them frequently used the C word, and the other specifically embodied the evils of American nationalism. Taking up the number 1 spot on the list is Breaking Soldier Boy's shield. The fight Billy had been waiting for the entire season was about to begin. We're talking about how Soldier Boy was gearing up for his fight against Homelander when he brought his son in front of him. Ryan was escorted to Vought Tower by Homelander, and Soldier Boy was eager to kill the youngster, who also happens to be his own grandchild. To rescue his wife's son, Butcher unexpectedly rounds on the senior Supe. He weakens and finally breaks Soldier Boy's shield with his laser eyes. That's a wrap for this video. Which was the best Billy Butcher moment? Comment below, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.